Every election is important, but some elections are indisputably more important than others. In the British context, the clearest examples of the past century have been 1945 and 1979. In both cases, the electorate decisively rejected the pre-election consensus that had held sway for an entire epoch. In 1945, Labour's New Jerusalem and capture of the commanding heights of the economy caught British imaginations. In 1979, the then sick man of Europe decided that only the dramatic rupture of the economic norms offered by the Conservatives could save the country from financial ruin. What was similar in these two elections was that one major party advocated seismic change, while the other offered essentially continuation with what had gone before. Those content with society as it had hitherto been construed knew who to vote for, as did the discontented who yearned for a new direction. Today's election is an entirely different proposition. The outcome will provoke a policy shift of the magnitude of 1945 and 1979, but neither of the two main parties is offering the status quo. The Conservatives are promising Brexit and a break with 46 years of British membership of the European Union, to complete the work of the 2016 referendum. Labour is advocating a tax, spend and nationalisation manifesto, read in tooth and claw, the likes of which would take us back half a century. Just as with elections themselves, some policy changes are more definitive than others. With all due respect to minor parties, none of whom will furnish the Prime Minister come tomorrow, there is a straight choice to be made between Boris Johnson and Jeremy Corbyn in this regard. One will deliver transformation of a nature yet to be determined, the other of a kind only too obvious. Much has been written about the potential financial impact of Brexit, but economics remains the only field of study where a practitioner can be more wrong than right in pronouncements and yet still be considered an expert. Businesses and individuals do not stand still in the face of change, but adapt their economic behavior to suit new circumstances, while broader global trends can disrupt the most finely honed local predictions. Whether Brexit will be a drag or a boon on the UK economy is therefore unknown, particularly as what might first appear damaging could prove to be our longer-term salvation, given the economic decline of Europe and rise in importance of other markets open to trade deals. The same cannot be said of Labour's offering. The UK has been down the road of high tax, high spend, and a controlled economy before. It ended with stagflation, mass industrial strife, and the country begging for an IMF bailout. There has never been a successful socialist economy in the world that has lasted the test of time. The fundamental failure of theoretical socialist principles to survive contact with practical. For more on this story, visit the news article link.